Hello and welcome to your daily love reading for Sunday, Super Sunday. My name's Liz and this is Guided by Angels. And I'm going to bring in 3 decks of cards for this reading today. We're going to connect with the energy around you, your person, your journey. So I'm going to bring in the Twin Flame Answers and Illumination Oracle and the Twin Flame Message Tarot. Both of these are my decks of cards. And then I'm going to bring in the beautiful Gateway of Light Activation deck by Kyle Gray. Now at the end of the reading, a bit like yesterday where I pulled a card to bring in a question, we're going to do the same thing, but I'm going to use a different deck to do it. So at the end of the reading, I'm going to bring in the beautiful Tarot-Libs deck by Mystic Moon, and then to answer that question, whatever that may be, and this is more connected with spirituality and the self, I'm going to bring in the gorgeous Animal Tarot cards by Radleigh Valentine. So let's see what's going on today. And if you would like a personal reading with me, you can reach out to me at guidedbyangelsreadings@gmail.com. So thank you, angels. What's the energy around you today? Flying out, wow. Okay, powerful. What's the energy around them today? Look at that, we got forgive for them coming through. And what's the energy around the journey today? Flying out, planning for the journey, planning the next steps, planning what to do next. What's the energy around you today? What's the guidance for you today? What's the message coming through for you today and your journey, your emotions, your feelings? A few cards coming out. I think we got gratitude there as well, which again we spoke about yesterday. What's the energy around them today? Flying out. And what's the energy around the journey? Look at that reflection. So lots of reflection going on today, planning, processing and feeling, especially with it being the end of a week and preparing for a new week as well. So what's the angel guidance for you today? There it is. What's the angel guidance for them today? And what's the angel guidance for the journey today? What's the angel guidance for the journey today? There it is. Flying out. Wow. And then we're going to connect with the question. So I'm going to do it the same as yesterday. So what I'm going to do is shuffle and then pull the card. So what's the message for today? Straight out. One card. I'm not obviously looking at what that is. Okay, as you can see, I'm just going to pull an answer to it. So thank you, angels. Connecting with this card, whatever it may be. What's the answer or what do we need to know about it? What's the answer or what do we need to know about it, please? From the perspective of the animals. There's the answer, one card. Wow, okay. So that'll be very interesting to bring in at the end. So there's a card moving on top of the deck as well. Is it getting my attention? No, it's gone back in. So it is just that one message there. So let's see what's going on then. So from your perspective today, we've got redirection. We've also got within 6 months and separation. So this is very powerful. This could be a sign for some of you that there will be a big shift over the next 6 months. So within 6 months, there's a redirection from separation. So if you're in separation right now, it's very likely within the next 6 months you are coming out of that separation. Now, time is illusion. It can happen in moments, seconds, days, weeks, months. You've got to let go of the when. But I feel there's a solid message there that between now and February, so if we look at where we currently are as we're moving towards September, October, November, December, January, February. So something big could be happening in your connection and in your life between now and February. And February is also connected with the Aquarius season. So we've got around that time, we've got the Aquarius and the Pisces season, which is great for going within, reflection and making changes. So I feel that this is a message that separation is coming to an end. Now, for those of you who are in communication, this could also be a huge sign that you are being directed into the next phase of your journey. For those of you perhaps in communication who haven't yet experienced a separation, you may be directed into separation for healing and growth. So don't panic and think, oh no, separation. It's such a good thing. It prepares you, it gets you ready, it heals you, it helps you, it brings in self-growth. There's so many things that separation does. And yes, it's hard, especially at the beginning. You know, when you first go into separation, it's so painful because you've been used to having that contact, or you've felt the emotions, or it's felt like an adrenaline rush every time you've got a message from them, or you've had an interaction with them. But after about a week or so, that will calm down and you start to feel more calm again. You feel more peace again. You have more time for yourself again. And you realise, hang on, this is helping after all. So even though you still crave that contact all through separation, you do notice and feel the good it does. But the big message I'm getting is, for those of you in separation, and that will be the majority of you, and separation, remember, is about not being in contact at all, but it can also mean a physical separation if you're not physically together. So it doesn't necessarily mean that if you're in contact right now, you're going to go into separation. It means if you're feeling separate from them in any way, shape or form, whether you were in contact or not, within 6 months, that's going to change. And there's going to be a redirection occurring. And redirection can come in the form of rejection. A rejection from something to something else, or a change, a big change. So I feel there's a big change happening between now and February, a big change. So let me just pop this up. So I feel separation is being redirected within 6 months. And you've got a timeline because many of you may be asking questions about that. When is it going to happen? Now, obviously in real time, as I record this, as you watch this, this is happening between now and February 2026. But this is a timeless reading. So if you find this months later or whenever, it will be within 6 months from when you're watching this reading. And I'm not saying it's going to take 6 months either, it's within 6 months. So please understand what within means. It means within a time frame. So that means it could happen from now, tomorrow, the next day, next month, next week, until February. This is when it's shifting. Now, the message to note as well, very powerfully, is that you're not alone. So in separation, you may feel alone. Okay, you may feel alone, you may feel scared, you may feel lost, you may feel like, what's the point? You may go through some dark times. But guess what? The sun will shine again. And that's what we spoke about the other day. So you are not alone on your journey because you are surrounded by angels. And the Five of Cups is when you may be focusing on what isn't there, focusing on the negatives. And we spoke about this in yesterday's reading, how important it is to uplift your vibration and be grateful for everything. That's why you've got gratitude coming through. So focus on self-love. Focus on gratitude to raise your vibration, especially if you're in separation. So the fact that you've got the Four and the Five of Cups, which is about being miserable, being fed up, being frustrated, being angry at things, not enjoying where you are, is a huge sign to turn that around. So there's also needs to be a redirection about the way you're thinking. I'm not saying all of you are thinking negatively, but some of you may be, and that's what needs to change. So you have the power now to turn that around. And it could also be because you're wanting communication. Maybe you're even picking up your phone, wanting to do something. And the angels say stop, wait, process, pause. Write down what you're feeling instead. Write it down. Write down what you're grateful for. If you actually write down what you were planning to send them, you may think differently about it when you've actually written it out and read it back, because you've healed the part of you that was perhaps craving them, longing for them, or hurting from what's happened between you. So you can save yourself more pain and more regret by actually looking at that message before you send it. And then you think, oh, I'm glad I didn't send that. That certainly happened to me a few times. So we've got the Eight of Swords, and we've got Temperance, and we've got the Eight of Cups. So you may be seeing numbers like 444, 888, because 444 is protection. Remember, you're always being protected in separation until you're meant to come back together. And the 8s are about what you're manifesting, big things. Now, I definitely feel that this is also a huge sign. If you're patient, they are going to unlock the door that they need to unlock to escape whatever they are trapped in. So they may feel very trapped right now in their life, and they are showing you that they are going to move on from that. But your job is to be patient. That's why you got the Temperance card. And the key is there. So they have the key in their hand, and they just have to unlock it. And you are the key. So you've actually handed them that key to their way out of their situation through your love. So the message for you is be patient. Be patient and calm to achieve the results that you seek. And the results that you seek are to be out of separation, to be in a relationship with them, to be living your best life. And to achieve those results, you also have to be very flexible. Flexible with timings. Flexible with the way things happen, and adaptable to change so that you don't get triggered if something doesn't go to plan or something doesn't happen the way you thought it would, because it's always going to God's plan for your soul growth. Be at peace with your journey. So when you're at peace with where you are and you're grateful and allowing, then the door will unlock and they will move on. Now, you may need to move on from other things in your life. So you could need to unlock the door in your own life to move on from your own karmic cycle, or things that aren't serving you. But I feel ultimately the message coming through here is, if you're patient with them, they're going to unlock the door and walk through it and move on from what they are stuck in to be with you. And this is very likely to happen or align within the next 6 months. It says the mind can be a prison. And I feel that you may drive yourself crazy in your mind, overthinking, stressing, worrying, panicking about things you don't need to worry or panic about, because they already belong to you. If you're patient and calm and at peace and focusing on gratitude and self-love, everything's going to shift anyway. You hold the key to your own freedom. And maybe you've told them that, but they aren't listening right now, or they've got to come to their own conclusions, but they are planning on what to do. And obviously we're going to connect with their energy in a moment. But this is saying to you, don't hold yourself a prisoner in your mind. Unlock your door to freedom with self-love and self-care and breathing and being in the now, because they know what they need to move on from. And it's time for you to move on from the stress. So I'm definitely feeling a huge message here that there could well be some big karmic cycles ending within the next 6 months. So between now and February, karmic cycles ending. So don't panic if they stay with a karmic partner over the Christmas season, or, you know, it all seems nice and fun and happy, because there's a big ending coming in here. A lot of people at Christmas time put a mask on to save face or to keep the peace because of family, children, society and all of that. It's all illusion. At Christmas, people usually argue, spend money they don't need to spend, and get in debt and all kinds of crazy things. We've got Emerald Tablet activation. Now, I love this because the Emerald Tablet is connected with being grateful. For those of you who've watched the film The Secret by Rhonda Byrne or read The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, you know that the Emerald Tablet is connected with the gratitude and understanding how to use and activate and put into place the law of attraction. So this is about the law of attraction. It says cosmic ordering. So you can order what you want cosmically through your thoughts that become things, your words that spell things out, by being positive and gentle with yourself, by having faith, by trusting the signs you see. Because the universe will wink at you and it will give you nudges and it will smile with you and say, hey, I'm giving you this sign today to buoy your faith so you don't stress, so you relax, so you breathe, so you have faith. And this is divine alchemy and conscious manifesting. So when you're conscious of what you're manifesting, you are aware of everything. You're aware that everything is going to work out. You know inside that you're going to be together. So stop worrying about the when, the how. Be flexible and adaptable to change and know that you are being guided. And I feel the Emerald Tablet is also bringing healing in. Healing in during the times of separation or the times of silence. A great healing, a heart activation, body healing if you're going through ascension, lots of power flowing in. But what the message I'm really getting from that is within 6 months, a change to any separation or distance between you. So we're coming back together. So for them, we've got forgive. Now, they need to forgive themselves. This is what they've been working on. This has been coming up in previous readings as well. So they're working on forgiving themselves and also being able to come forward and ask you for forgiveness. Now, I feel they are definitely seeing 1111 right now, which is activating them, waking them up to change, showing them what they need to do. And 1111 is also a universal sign of spiritual understanding. So they are spiritually understanding that they need to forgive themselves, especially for things they want to move on from. I spoke about this yesterday. They want to move on from things not serving them, and they have to forgive themselves for that because they may feel guilty, especially if they've got people in their head saying you should stay there, or that's an obligation, or that's a responsibility, or if they've got financial codependency issues, or if there's children involved, or whatever it is. They've got to forgive themselves. They have to forgive themselves if they've been doing something toxic to themselves, constantly drinking alcohol or smoking weed or doing a drug or a bad habit or whatever it is. They've got to let go of those things and they've got to forgive themselves to be able to do that. So if you're constantly seeing 1111 on the clock again, you're thinking, whoa, why am I seeing 1111? It's the angels reminding you to let go and be patient right now as things move forward, because there are decisions taking place because of you. Because you're the empress in their life, you're their divine feminine, you're their counterpart, you're destined to be with them. Remember, it's destined love. So they are thinking about you, they see you rising, and stepping into your divine feminine power. They see you shining your light bright, which is attracting everything into you, and they want a piece of that. So you're assisting them by shining your light and allowing things to unfold naturally to make a decision. And they need to make a decision. Now, again, we've got written word here. So you're both mirroring each other where you want to communicate. But I feel it's so important right now that you write gratitude instead and honour your own self by allowing them to step forward. Because this pen and paper is showing you they want to write something out to you. It's very likely they already are if they haven't reached out already. Because again, within 6 months, that separation is ending. But I do feel it's more as well about physical separations. I feel this is as in not just a message on a device. It's about coming together physically. So the Knight of Swords is also very fast and it's fast-paced action. So this will come in unexpectedly. It will blow their mind. They will do it when they don't expect it either. So they may wake up in the morning not thinking, right, I'm going to contact you today, but then they do. Or are they going to wake up thinking, I'm not going to deal with that karmic relationship today, but they do. They give me fear. And they're releasing fear around this. So the decision is they know that they need to choose themselves, to release themselves, to let go of what's going on in the divine matrix here. It says interconnectedness, synchronicity, God incidences. I love that, God incidences, which means there's no coincidences. Everything is a God incidence, which means God's synchronized it beautifully. It's no random event. It happens at the right time for the right reasons. So they are really unplugging from the matrix and stepping into the divine matrix instead, which are realizing how connected they are with you, and they are receiving all the synchronicities. So this is telling me that they are seeing you everywhere. They are being reminded of you everywhere. Your name, your face, your scent, your smell, your accent, anything connected with where you live, your birthday, things you did together, music. It's all coming to them as a sign that you are their one. And that's what they deeply know. And that's why they know I need to make a decision to be free, to escape my situation, to move forward to you. So decisions are taking place. So again, 1111 is saying just let go. Don't worry, be patient. They give me that song, Don't Worry, Be Happy. Okay, okay, that song. So we've got planning and we've got telepathy. Now I love this because they are telling you through their telepathic link with you, through dreams and the 5D and signs and synchronicities and God incidences, that they are planning on making a change. They are telling you through telepathy what they plan to do, what they are currently reflecting on. And you're reflecting on this too. Now, the Empress card came up because you're constantly in their thoughts and their mind. They've been reminded of you and they know who you are. And now you're coming up as the Swan too. So the Swan, remember, is the divine feminine essence. But the fact that it's reflected is also that you belong together. So if you see pairs of swans, that's why. Especially when they are on water, because it's a sign of flow. So you may see other pairs of birds too, but I feel if you see swans, that's a huge sign, a pair of swans, of this coming together for you. So a time of reflection and healing. That's why, remember, we've got the emerald light coming through, the emerald tablet, to do with gratitude, because gratitude brings in healing, but also Archangel Raphael, the healing angel around the connection today, bringing in that heart activation and the calmness to relax and breathe. So they are telling you through telepathy, through dreams, through signs, what they are planning to do. That they are planning to take action to you, they're planning to communicate to you, and that within 6 months this separation has been redirected to coming together. Now, we've got the Shambhala invitations or initiations. They give me the word invitation as well, because it's like they're being invited forward to this initiation. It says recreating to recharge. So there's definitely a day of healing taking place today, reflection, processing. So if there is silence between you today, or they pull back, or if you're in communication and they stop replying to you, for example, don't panic or stress. There's a recharge happening here. Trust in the process. And that's what you're being guided to do by being flexible, by being adaptable, by having faith. It says Dharma. And that's really saying to you, there's a reason, there's a time, there's a benefit to everything that you experience and go through together and apart. So separation is preparation. So I love that we've got a timeline, like a real significant timeline coming through today, because I feel many of you do need to hear that right now. You may be thinking, same as different day. Okay, I'm not going to swear, but you may be thinking, same poo at a different day. It's the same every day. That's what you may be thinking. But the thing is, it isn't. There's subtle shifts and changes and so much change. And it all depends on how you look at the situation. If you're thinking that, then obviously that will be your reality. But if you think, wow, this is shifting, I feel it, I know it, I trust what I feel, I'm seeing all the signs, I know there's no coincidences, they are God incidences, then that's you having faith in the journey, and that will start moving things forward. And you say, wow, it may be a different day, but it's not the same poo after all. This is real, because it is. So let's connect with the question. So the question is, how can you free yourself from what's currently holding you down? Now, isn't that a powerful message when we've been talking about keys and opening the door and moving forward and moving on from the past and all of that? So how can you free yourself right now from what is holding you down? So you may be held down by fear, anxiety, your own mind. So obviously we spoke about using gratitude, not rushing in to communicate, writing down what you were thinking first, and using other spiritual tools like meditation, breath work, going for a walk, doing things that uplift your energy, using crystals, maybe having a reading, doing whatever you do yourself to uplift you. But the angels say, remember, there's a cycle that's being completed. So you got the world. And I feel what the message is, before I even connect with the card itself, is about being present in the world. The way you can free yourself from what's holding you down is be in the moment and enjoy everything this world has to offer. Savor everything. Taste your food. Like, really be in the moment when you're having a meal. If you're doing something, really absorb yourself in that, so your mind isn't elsewhere and you're overthinking or not enjoying what you're doing. It's like being in the world, enjoying where you are, and also knowing you've come to the world for a reason. And that will release the struggle, saying, I know I've come here to learn and grow. I've asked for this experience. Isn't that a blessing? But the world is also a sign of completion, and to know that it is happening. So another way that you can free yourself from what's holding you down, like any fear or worry about this, is knowing that it is happening. So if you're seeing 2121, that's a huge message for you that this is happening. And this is a Shetland sheepdog. Now, the sheep is also a sign to not follow the crowd. Don't listen to what other people are saying to you. You listen to your own intuition, what your heart is saying to you. If you've got people saying, blah, blah about the journey, you have to break free and not follow the crowd. When I used to have a previous job, we did sales stuff, and they spoke about sheep factor. If you mention something, other people will do it because everyone's doing it. Well, you don't do those things. You don't follow the crowd. You don't dim your light to fit in. You stand alone because you are a leader. So you don't follow the crowd. You are loyal to you and what you believe in, and you are loyal to your person. And this Shetland sheepdog is very loyal. Okay, they're also giving me the Shetland Islands. That may mean something to someone watching. It says, congratulations on successfully accomplishing what you set out to do. So you can free yourself from what's holding you down by knowing that you are on track right now, that you are on mission, that you are on your purpose. You've come here to do something and you're already doing it. You may well be acting out your mission right now. You may be doing something spiritual that's helping others. You're living in your authentic truth. They give me that block. You've communicated how you feel. You've been you. So the angels are really saying to you, well done. You've accomplished so many things on your journey that you've come here to do. So you must give yourself recognition for that. Not thinking, oh, there's so long to go, or we're not together yet, or going over all the bad things. Focus on the good things. The angels say you've made it through the challenges and you've completed the lessons life offered you with grace and courage. So you've got to be very proud of yourself and say, I have grace and courage. I've overcome so many obstacles and challenges already. So is another one going to get you down? No. So you can free yourself by knowing you've overcome things before and you'll overcome things again. Things will get better for you, and you have the power of prayer on your side. Now I'm also going to bring in some letters. Let's see what we need to know today. So we've got they're giving me the word mopey. Okay, mopey. So don't be mopey today, which means moping around, seeing how bad everything is. See how good everything is. Okay, and you may need to mop your brow. You may need to look after yourself today. You may need to give yourself a talking to and say, I can do this. I am strong because you value yourself. If you give me the word value, it'd be really interesting to see if all the letters are here. So we've got V, we've got A, we've got L. Have I just seen L somewhere? Yeah, we've got U. And there's no E there, which I'm surprised about. But they're giving me value, the word value, because you're learning how to value yourself, truly value yourself. And also to know that what you're doing right now, this is powerful, is actually completely valid. You're being validated by heaven through God, incidences, synchronicities, signs. You're being shown it's not the end, that things are moving forward. So don't mope around and think how bad everything is. Start being grateful for everything instead, and realising that your feelings are valid, your thoughts are valid, and that you are valuable. And then you don't mope around, you focus on happiness and joy. Very powerful. We also got veil coming through, so that may mean something to someone. Obviously we've got veil at V-A-L-E, so that could be a place. And there's a place near where I live called it's something veil. It could also be about the veil lifting, and obviously I know you spell veil differently, but this could be the veil lifting. Okay, things lifting up. We've got veil, V-E-I-L, okay, veil. So the veil lifting up there. We've got GR, that may mean something to someone. I know that one of our soul sisters uses those initials, so that's a big sign there. So let me give you the letters and see if anything else jumps out. So we've got L-A, we've got G, and we've got R. Someone may drink lager as well, because we've got this spelling out lager. Lager is like beer. So someone may drink lager. We're also giving me the word larger. You are larger than life, so don't dim your light to fit in. We've got D-I-M, there it is, dim, and we've got W, so we've got M and W. So don't dim your light to fit in. We've got Z, we've got Q, we've got J and Y and O. And again, J-O-Y spells out joy. And that may be a name, but it means actual joy, focus on joy. We've got V and we've got P. And I know that's also another one of our soul sisters has got those initials. So V and P. We've got U, we've got O, we've got K, we've got M, we've got N, and we've got I. So there's a lot that's spelled out there, okay? A lot that's spelled out. So for my journey, I've got my twin's name coming through there, okay? And that may also mean something to you on your journey, okay? So we've got P, we've got A, we've got U, and we've got L. So, you know, you take these how they resonate with you. We've got Rod there as well. That could be Rodney, Roderick, Roddy, Rod, okay? So there's many, many letters coming through here. Okay, we've got Kim. I've got Kim coming through there. Kim, Kimberly. Irene, they're giving me as well. Ivan. Okay, so lots and lots of messages coming through. Lots of letters. We've got yes there as well. They show me yes. So you take this how it resonates with you, if you can see all of those there. But on more extra signs. So you may put words together. You may put initials together or other things. So a big sign of what's to come. Great things on the horizon within 6 months' time, which means any time between now and February, separation is coming. Well, it's all being redirected to something new. So I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.